Hey Anna, it's been a while. How have you been?
Well, who is it?
It's your sister, Phoebe.
Phoebe? I don't have a sister with that name. Excuse me.
Wait a minute. Why are you so cold? I haven't heard from you in a while.
I thought I blocked you. Don't tell me you created another account just to contact me.
Oh, yeah.
What the hell? I was just about to forget you.
What? You're my only sister. How can you do this to me?
I don't consider you my sister.
Are you still upset about what happened 3 years ago?
Of course. You eloped with my husband. I still haven't forgiven you.
You sure hold grudges. It's been 3 years. Get over it.
How can I? I just built my dream home, but because you took my husband away from me, I was left alone in a big house. I had to pay the mortgage alone. You've effed me up so much.
I know it sucks to get divorced just after building such a big house. But it's a good thing that happened before you guys had any children. If you get divorced after a baby is born, you might have a lot of problems. You should be thankful for that.
Please tell me you're kidding. How can you be so calm after upsetting Mom and Dad that much?
It can't be helped. It's just that the man I fell in love with happened to be your husband. Just because John's wife changed from you to me, that doesn't change the fact that John is our family's son-in-law.
That's not the point.
Mom and Dad are both too strict. How can they just disown me for this?
It's only natural that they would cut you off. You knew that John was my husband, and you made a move on him.
Even John said he'd rather be with me. Please don't make it sound like I'm the only one to blame. You are too.
What the heck?
Because you're always so absorbed in your work. You didn't give any attention to John, right?
We're both busy with work. To buy our own house. We were even working overtime.
But if you work all the time, you'll get dumped by men. Men will leave you. You're even ugly. You need to work harder on your attractiveness instead of your work.
Oh, I see. Well, I don't really care about John anymore. Just be happy with him. So, why did you call me? If it's not something important, leave me alone. I'd rather not have anything to do with you.
Oh, come on. Don't be so uptight. I called you today because I have good news for you.
Good news?
Yeah, I have good news. I'll return John to you.
What the?
I've decided to divorce John.
What the heck? You guys just got married 3 years ago. You're divorcing already?
Yup.
Why?
Because I found someone else.
You cheated on him?
There's nothing I can do about it. One can't suppress the feelings they have for someone.
I can't believe it. You took my husband away from me, paid alimony, and then just simply left him?
I'd get bored after 3 years of being a married couple. Besides, John's a pretty normal guy, to be honest.
Huh?
I think you know him better than anyone. He's just an ordinary guy. It's not like he's good looking or anything. He's your husband, so you got carried away and went for him. But I, on the other hand, am rational about this. I realize that marrying a small businessman from a small company doesn't do me much good.
You're so cruel.
I mean, I'm surprised you decided to marry John. What's so good about him? Well, you make a lot of money. I'm sure you wouldn't mind marrying John.
At the time, I was in love with his personality. I didn't care about his looks or his profession. In the end, he betrayed me, so I guess I wasn't a good judge of character.
I can't have a boring guy like John.
You're the worst. You only took John because he was my husband. You didn't really like John, did you?
That's not true. I liked him at first. I just got bored of him halfway through.
So, who did you fall for this time?
That's probably someone you know too.
What?
Emily's husband, Ken.
Emily is... our cousin Emily?
That's right.
You're lying.
I'm not lying.
Emily has 2 kids. You took her husband away from her?
I fell in love with him at first sight. I happened to run into Emily and Ken and the kids. He was so handsome that I fell in love with him. Since then, I haven't been able to forget Ken.
Oh no.
Then one day, by chance, I bumped into Ken on the street. I was alone at the time. I thought it was my only chance, so we exchanged contact information. I asked him out on a date.
What the? You're married. You're such a jerk.
At first, we were just going to have tea. But when we were alone together, we got into a good mood. We ended up staying together until the night. And then we went straight to a hotel.
Oh my God.
We started going out once a week. And then Ken finally proposed to me the other day.
What? Even though he's married too? He proposed to you?
Yep. I'm sure I was more attractive than Emily. Really, I'm so guilty. No man can resist my charms. Even if they have a wife and kids, they would still fall for me. I'm glad I was born beautiful, unlike you.
No way. I thought Ken cared about his family.
He put me before his family. That's why I don't need John anymore. I'll give him back to you.
What are you talking about? I don't care if you give him back now.
Wait, don't you still like John?
I don't like him at all.
Don't be so harsh. I mean, I feel sorry for John. He's left alone after I dumped him. You should remarry him.
I can't.
Well, either way, I'm breaking up with John. Ken, unlike John, works for a big company and is well paid. Even if Emily asks for alimony, I'm sure Ken will pay my share too. Oh, my life is so rosy that I can marry a high-spec handsome guy.
I'm speechless. You only think about taking things from people, don't you?
I'm just being honest with myself. And well, Emily must have some problem too. Same with you.
What are you talking about? Emily hasn't done anything wrong.
I'm sure Emily's too busy with the kids. She didn't take good care of Ken. Once she became a mother, she stopped being a wife. That's why Ken was attracted to me, a beautiful and comforting woman.
Ew. You're making me sick talking to you. I'm going to leave now.
Hey, are you sure you don't want to remarry John?
I'm not remarrying. Okay, bye.
I see. You're going to live alone from now on, aren't you? You really want to be with John, but you're so stubborn, you poor thing. I'm sorry that I'm the only one who feels good. Be happy for me, sister. Anna!
Just when I thought the noti was so noisy. It's you again?
I've called you so many times, but you don't answer.
I'm busy.
It's Sunday. You're not supposed to be at work. It seems like you haven't been home for a long time. Where are you?
On a long business trip.
Oh, so that's why you weren't home yesterday or today.
What do you want?
I called you to apologize for something.
What?
I got Emily's husband, and I'm taking your mansion too.
What the hell?
Yesterday, I happened to pass by your house. You locked the front door, but you forgot to close the window on the first floor, so I let myself in through the window.
What the hell? You came in without permission?
That's okay, we're sisters. So I thought if I waited, you would come home sooner or later. But you didn't come home for a long time. If you're away all the time, then you should let Ken and I live here.
Wait.
I was wondering where to buy a new house for us. I'm glad we got a nice house for free. Isn't it nice? Even if we live here. You're single, so you don't need such a big place, right? I'm sorry. I keep taking things away from you.
That house has already been sold.
What?
That's not my house.
What? What are you talking nonsense? This house is yours, right?
On the contrary, I want to ask you, why did you think it was my house?
Then whose house is it? You built it when you were married to John, right? But you lost John to me. You've been living alone, haven't you? But from now on, Ken and I will live here. When you come back from your business trip, I want you to pack up your stuff and move out.
No, wait.
I'll pack your stuff properly. Have you changed your taste? There's a lot of elegant furniture in here. Well, I'll put the things I don't need out in the hallway.
Phoebe, wait. Don't tamper with the furniture without permission.
What? Why not? Do you still have feelings for this house? Why don't you move into a smaller apartment? You have a lot of stuff here. It's in the way. I can't wait to get rid of it.
I don't have any of my stuff in that house.
What?
Because I don't live there.
Stop lying so desperately.
I think you've got it all wrong. That house is not my house anymore. I sold it about a year after my divorce. I live somewhere else now.
What?
Did you check the nameplate? It wasn't my name, was it?
Wait. I don't know this name. You did sell the house.
That's what I've been saying.
I can't believe you sold it after making such efforts to build it.
It's too big for one person. Phoebe, what have you done? You broke into someone's house without permission.
I didn't know that you sold the house. Not my fault.
But it's still insane to break in through the window.
What could I do? I was having trouble finding a new place to live with Ken. I thought he worked for a big company and has lots of money. But he said he didn't have much savings and wanted to find a cheap place to live.
And let me tell you something else. The man you're going to marry is not Emily's husband.
Huh?
You said you stole Emily's husband, but I thought something was wrong. I asked Emily directly.
What?
Then Emily laughed and told me you didn't take her husband away from her and that you were mistaking him for someone else.
That's impossible. I did take Ken away from her. I saw Ken and Emily together with my own eyes. There is no doubt that he is Emily's husband.
Well, can't be helped that you mistook him.
Huh?
Ken has a twin brother.
Twin?
That's right. I just found out for the first time. Ken is an identical twin. He has a brother who looks exactly like him.
So...
It seems that the one you thought you stole from Emily was actually Sam, Ken's brother.
What the...
I mean, didn't you even check his name?
I didn't bother to check. I just kept calling him darling.
You must have made a terrible mistake.
Oh no!
Well, even if it was a mistake, if you like Sam, it's fine, isn't it? Of course, I can't forgive you for trying to steal Emily's husband, but turns out he wasn't Emily's. Sam must be a good-looking guy to your liking too.
He has the same face as Ken, so he's certainly good-looking, but...
Well, the only difference between the twins is that Sam doesn't work.
What?
Phoebe, you didn't know that? Sam failed to find a job when he was a university student and has been working as a freelancer ever since. He just quit his part-time job, so he's unemployed now.
I thought he was working for a big company.
Ken is the one who works for a big company.
That's why he said he didn't have any savings.
Of course.
I don't know what to do. I've caught a useless guy.
That's rude. You were the one who approached him.
I don't care how good-looking he is. I don't want an unemployed man. I thought I was going to marry an elite guy with a high salary and become an elegant housewife.
Too bad for you. According to Emily, Sam was going to have his wife provide for him after they got married.
Does that mean I was going to marry a gold digger?
Yep.
So Sam tricked me?
No, you misunderstood everything on your own. Anyway, Phoebe, are you still in the house I used to live in? What you're doing is trespassing.
Oh my God, what do I do? I heard a car pull up outside.
Maybe the current residents came back?
Anna, help me!
I can't. I'm out of state on a business trip.
Oh no! Anna, what should I do in a situation like this?
I think you should just go out and apologize.
I don't want to. I'm scared. They'll get angry.
Of course they will.
Oh no!
What?
Someone came in through the front door.
Oh, I'll see you later.
Wait, help me, Anna. What should I do?
You're on your own.
Anna! Oh, it's all over. Anna?
Oh, Phoebe, you're safe. I was afraid you'd be in jail by now for trespassing.
It was a sweet old couple who came home. I told them I thought it was my sister's house and apologized. They didn't call the police. All they did was give me a lecture.
I see. If you learn from this, don't even think about taking someone's house again.
Anna, help me.
Yes?
Sam and I have nowhere to live. Sam doesn't have a job, and we don't have money to rent an apartment.
You are working, right?
After Sam and I decided to get married, I handed in my resignation.
Huh?
I thought Sam was Emily's husband, Ken. With a husband who works for a big company, I thought I didn't have to work anymore. Mom and Dad have cut me off from them, so I can't depend on them. I thought about going to Sam's parents, but this time when his parents found out that I tried to take Ken away from Emily, they kicked me out along with Sam.
Oh, you poor thing.
That's why you are the only one I can rely on. Please lend me some money. If things continue as they are, we'll be homeless.
Huh?
I just need money to rent an apartment and for moving expenses. I'll pay you back.
I don't want to.
Why not? I'm your sister. Please help me.
I don't consider you my sister. You brought this on yourself, didn't you?
You can't. You're single with money to spare, right?
I don't want to give a penny to you. You always try to steal someone else's husband right away.
You're so stingy.
Yeah, I am. Besides, I'm not single.
What?
I got remarried last year. Now I live with my husband.
What?
Well, I have to go to work, so I'll see you later.
Wait, Anna? I don't want to be homeless. Anna, help me.
My sister and Sam eventually parted without getting married. Phoebe is now living a life like a homeless person, moving from one shelter to another. Moreover, since her former husband demanded alimony, she had to borrow money to pay the alimony. Somehow, she managed to find a part-time job, but she is living in poverty, just trying to make ends meet. It seems that she has finally realized that she has had enough of trying to get married to other people's husbands. It is too late for that now, isn't it? I don't know where or what Sam is doing, but it seems that he remained unemployed. He's probably struggling somewhere now. As for me, I have a child with my second husband. I'm going on maternity leave soon. My parents are happy about my pregnancy. 3 years ago, I was at my lowest after my sister stole my husband. Now, I am filled with happiness.
Thank you for watching. Please rate the video and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.
Hey, Isabella, why didn't you come to the lunch gathering today? Your sister-in-law invited you. I can't believe you turned me down. Oh, hello, Denise. I'm sorry I can't attend your lunch gathering. I have work during the day on weekdays, so I can't attend. I told you this before many times. Well, I told you to take time off work and join us. I've been telling you for a long time too, haven't I? I can't take time off so easily. Why not? What do you mean, why not? It's a job. I get paid and I have responsibilities. I can't just take a day off because I'm going to lunch with my sister-in-law. Don't you understand that's not a good reason to miss work? The job you're doing is probably some trivial work, right? Aren't you working at the bread factory? I'm sure it wouldn't make much difference if you weren't there. My lunch gatherings are worth 100 times more than going to such a low-class job. Anyone with a bit of intelligence would understand that attending the lunch gathering is a much better choice. Really? After all, wives of the presidents of very famous companies, or the daughters of very prestigious families are joining my lunch gathering. A loser like you who works for a bread factory should feel grateful just to breathe the same air with us. It's a noble gathering, you know. I see. Gathering such wealthy individuals for a lunch? It's something only I, the wife of a Kingston Grand Hotel executive, can pull off. As your sister-in-law, I'm doing you a favor by inviting a loser like you. Refusing that? What kind of attitude is that? I don't have any particular attitude. Oh, I see. Poor people like you must be jealous. Am I right? I'm not jealous. It's out of pity. You don't need to invite me anymore. If it's a weekday lunch gathering, I'll never be able to go in the future. Declining every time and enduring sarcastic remarks afterward is quite a hassle. Wow! Who do you think you are? Or maybe, is that what it is? Oh, how silly of me. I'm so used to my lavish life because of my rich husband. I can't fathom the circumstances of a low-class factory worker. So, forgive me, okay? What are you trying to say? Just say it. Well then, I'll say it. You are so poor that you can't even pay for a lunch at hotel. You can't make ends meet without both spouses working, right? I'm so sorry. I see. What's so funny about it? In this day and age, it's not that uncommon, is it? Hey, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. In poor households, with the recent high cost of living, it's challenging to make ends meet without both spouses working, right? But for you, my brother's wife, not having money for lunch is truly pathetic. My father is the president and my mother has never done household chores. My brother and I were raised by housekeepers and butlers, taking piano and ballet lessons from an early age and groomed to be distinguished individuals. And yet, he married a poor loser like you. He was supposed to take over our father's company, but he turned him down and went to work as an employee at a completely different company. It's insane. No other way to put it. If it's just me, it's fine. But can you please not insult my husband as well? I'm just telling you the truth. He should have married someone matching our family status, like my marriage. I don't know why he married a poor woman like you. Constantly calling poor, isn't that going too far? You seem to be making fun of our bread factory, but it's thanks to the people working there that even you can enjoy delicious bread. What? I would never eat low-class bread from a factory. Got it? People like me only eat what top chefs prepare. Those mass-produced in factories claiming to be bread are laughable. It's just garbage made of flour. Excuse me? That's so rude. Calling a product someone worked hard on garbage? What's wrong with calling garbage garbage? You should spend the rest of your life making garbage in a low-class factory. This is too much. It's not too late. You should divorce my brother. What? Why would you bring that up? I'm saying that someone who can't even afford to join the lunch I kindly invited them to is not suitable to be my brother's wife. You're jumping to conclusions like that? What are you talking about? I mean, you keep insulting me, and I was so angry that I lost track of the conversation. But the main topic is the lunch gathering, right? Well, you don't have to invite me anymore. The same goes for me. I won't invite you either. I'm not inviting you ever. Well, I'm glad to know. Goodbye. Why didn't you come to the lunch gathering today? I told you to come. I can't come because of my work. I mean, I thought you weren't going to invite me anymore. I wasn't going to, but everyone wanted you to join, you know. What kind of trick did you use to get them to go along with you? I didn't trick anyone. I can't attend on weekdays no matter who invites me. Okay then, let's schedule next week's lunch on Saturday. Please make it this time, okay? Why are you so insistent on me attending this lunch gathering? To be honest, I don't want to go, especially if you are the organizer. Do you remember how you insulted me last week? I don't think I want to attend after being insulted like that. I'm sorry about that. I've reflected on it since then. Oh, don't worry about the money. As an apology, I'll cover the expenses this time. Everyone's looking forward to having you, Isabella. I hope I can introduce my wonderful sister-in-law who's doing great work. Fine, I'll join this time. Wonderful, thank you. Okay, so we'll meet at the lobby of the Kingston Grand Hotel at noon on Saturday, okay? Sure, I might be a bit late because of work in the morning, but I'll be there. I'm looking forward to it. Isabella, you're the best. Your face was priceless. It was such a masterpiece that I wanted to frame it and hang it up. Denise, what were you thinking? You suddenly poured hot coffee on me. I couldn't help but pour coffee on your head because I didn't like the way you were looking at me. I didn't expect it to be so hot. I'm sorry. Forgive me, okay? Thanks to that, half of my face got burned. Luckily, the hospital was close by. They said it would take about 2 weeks for it to heal. Is it going to heal? That's too bad. But your face was a real sight to see that time. Half of your face was red and swollen, and your face was ugly as an ogre. If my brother sees that ugly face, he might consider divorcing you, don't you think? That won't happen. My husband was rushed to the hospital. He's very worried about me. He'll charge you for the medical expenses and the cleaning cost of my suit. Oh, speaking of which, you are wearing an expensive-looking suit despite being poor. I wonder if you were trying to match the class of the Kingston Grand Hotel. Poor thing, it ruined by the coffee. What's so funny? I don't understand what's so funny in this situation. There's nothing more entertaining than this in the world. Sipping coffee while enjoying your ugly burn face? Along with the Kingston Grand Hotel's famous French toast? It was truly the best. It was the most exciting lunch I've ever had. I can't believe you. So the apology for the previous insults was also a lie, wasn't it? Was it your intention to invite me over and pour coffee on me? In front of various major company presidents' wives? That's right. It was so easy to trick you. What a foolish woman. I need to properly discipline the low-class bread factory worker who dared to think she could join such a noble gathering. I wish I could have shared this joy with all my wealthy friends. But everyone suddenly left, saying they had something to do. That's my only regret.
Something to do?
Yeah, it's not usually like that. But wealthy people are busy. They have things to do that you can't even imagine.
They came to visit me at the hospital until a little while ago.
What?
They apologized for your outrageous actions to me. They apologized on your behalf.
What do you mean?
They apologized for not seeing through your true nature and inviting me to lunch themselves. They all apologized politely, but it's not their fault at all.
Why would the president's wives apologize to a loser like you? You're threatening everyone, aren't you?
Excuse me?
Or did you try to act as a poor victim to trick everyone into being on your side? Well, I know poor losers like you are good at that kind of tactic. In the world of wealthy people, there's no place for sly individuals trying to deceive others. That's why people like them get easily fooled.
You still don't get it?
About what? If you're up for it, fine. I'll pay for your treatments or whatever. After all, my husband is an executive at Kingston Grand Hotel. We have more than enough money. It's a shame to give it to a poor guy like you. But considering it as payment for witnessing the entertaining scene of a loser getting her face burned, it's quite cheap.
Can you afford it?
Of course, I can afford it.
Well then, I'll charge you without hesitation. Also, I'll be discontinuing our partnership.
Huh? Hey, Isabella!
What's wrong?
What's wrong? Everything is wrong. What did you say to the president of Kingston Grand Hotel? My husband says he's going to be fired because of me. He's very angry and says he's divorcing me.
Oh, so he's getting fired after all? Well, considering the circumstances, I guess it's only natural.
What do you mean?
Well, because you poured coffee on me, and as a result, Kingston Grand Hotel lost an important business partner. It's only natural that your husband has to take responsibility for that, isn't it?
What are you talking about? What business partner are you talking about?
I'm talking about Star Bakehouse. It's my company.
What?
It seems you thought I worked in the factory, but I'm the president of the company.
What? The president?
We are the supplier for the bread for Kingston Grand Hotel. You said you wouldn't eat bread made in a factory, but many of the guests have given it very high reviews. They say it's delicious.
What? Wait a minute, I remember people talking about how the hotel's breakfast bread had a taste like high-end bakery and was fantastic. I heard that some guests come to stay just to try the bread.
Yes, thankfully. All the bread served at breakfast is made by us. French toast for lunch and dessert, and bread for dinner. Most of them are produced in our company's factory.
Oh, so that French toast I had...
You enjoyed coffee and French toast while watching my burns, right? Well, from now on, you won't be able to eat it anymore. You won't get the same taste of French toast as before. We've decided not to supply bread to Kingston Grand Hotel from now on.
You're lying!
We don't want our bread supplied to a hotel that has people looking down on factory workers, calling our carefully crafted bread garbage, and having someone with such poor character.
No, it can't be true. If you stop supplying bread to Kingston Grand Hotel, your company would be in trouble too, right? You'll lose a place to sell your bread.
Our clients aren't just Kingston Grand Hotel. Even if we lose one, there are many others interested in working with us. In fact, excluding a hotel that looks down on factory workers, it will be able to maintain our brand.
Oh no, but it doesn't make sense. Ending a deal and firing my husband, isn't that too much? Why not just one or the other? Kingston Grand Hotel wants to keep its brand face. It's natural to dismiss a problematic executive. I assume your husband proposed divorce for similar reasons? Being married to a woman of low status damages his social standing, so he wants a divorce, right? Oh no. Is it really my fault? It's too late to regret it. How was I supposed to know you were the president? If I had known, I wouldn't have poured coffee on you. I accepted you as an official participant in the wealthy people's lunch gatherings. Remember? Wealthy or not, pouring coffee to a person is unacceptable. I'm going to make that a prerequisite, but let me tell you something. Everyone else at the lunch knew that I was the president of Star Bakehouse. The reason why they wanted to invite me was also because they knew my status and wanted to get to know me better. Come to think of it, I thought everyone was strangely eager to invite you. I thought it was a little strange that the president's wives would be so eager to get close to a low-class factory worker. How can you convince yourself that you are such a valuable person? In a way, that's a talent. So, everyone going to the hospital when you were burned was also because of that, huh? Are you saying that they all abandoned me and took your side? All this time, I've been hosting lunch gatherings and trying to be liked by everyone. And now they're dumping me? Not just my husband, but even my friends as well? Well, it's all your fault. You should be sorry. Then I don't have a choice. I'm going to your house now. What? In that case, I won't be satisfied without revenge against you. If you and my brother aren't divorced yet, I'll barge into your house and mess things up. I'll call the police. Even if you say so, what about my brother? What? He's my brother. I'm sure he'll stand by me. He's probably under a lot of stress because of you who made his marriage difficult. If I went to your house and explained to him, he would divorce you and go back to our parents' house with me and live a splendid life that matches his family's status. Are you an idiot? What? Do you know why my husband didn't inherit your father's company? Because of the high-status family, the dignity and manners. From a young age, he was forced into a constrained life by his parents and sister. He felt suppressed, experiencing significant stress. What? After getting married and starting a family, he finally became free. I don't think he'd easily give up on his current life. My husband and I are both working hard at the jobs we want to do. We are satisfied with our daily lives. We don't want that to be disrupted. If you barge into the house, we'll just kick you out. I wouldn't hesitate to call the police too. What? Don't exaggerate. I'm your sister-in-law, remember? If you don't like it, don't come to my house. Oh, by the way, the medical expenses for the burn and the cleaning cost for the suit haven't been paid yet. Please settle it by tomorrow. You can afford it, right? Good luck. Denise, who had a divorce forced upon her by her husband, didn't just end up with that as her punishment. When I had coffee poured on me, those present were the wives of the presidents of Kingston Grand Hotel's business partners. From there, the story spread to the presidents of various companies, leading to the end of contract of not only the bread, but also contracts involving furniture, facilities, amenities, and more. The hotel was in a really difficult situation, as the demand for an explanation grew louder and louder. In the end, it seems that the hotel decided to claim damages from Denise. Unable to rely on her ex-husband or her brother, Denise ran back to her parents' house. She humbled herself before her father borrowed money and paid the compensation. Now, she is said to be working tirelessly day and night to repay the enormous debts. The other day, I happened to see her in the town. She looked haggard, with no traces of her former self, completely worn out. On the other hand, I have fully recovered from the burn and I'm working hard. I am enjoying my life with my husband, and I have become friends with the wife of the president of the company who I met through the incident. And we have lunch gatherings from time to time.
Thank you for watching. Please rate the video and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.
suing you for defamation.
What's that? When have I defamed you?
Just think about it for a minute. You sent a certified letter to my company with a bunch of lies. And you misled the neighbors. I'm demanding compensation for that.
No! Why would I?
And the $3,000 I've been sending you, I'm getting the half of it back as part of our share of the property. 4 months worth. That's $6,000.
You gave me that money, didn't you? I'm not paying you back.
I gave it to you to make a living. You're saving it as your own money, aren't you?
I was going to spend it on my honeymoon.
And also, I reported you for abusing and neglecting our daughter.
I'd been in the hospital too.
You did that on your own. Oh, and I might be able to charge you with a crime of violence as well. My lawyer told me, and you're going to jail for up to 15 years.
I'm going to jail? Why? I didn't do anything wrong.
My daughter's life was in danger because of you. You deserved it.
But she didn't die after all. And yet I can't believe I'm being sued. I didn't think it would be that big of a deal. I wasn't thinking seriously. Please forgive me.
You'll regret for the rest of your life that you hurt my precious Judy.
I got it. I'll never cheat on you again. I will raise Judy properly.
I don't believe a word you say, you liar. Get out of my house right now. Well, if the police come, they'll force you out anyway.
I'm sorry. I don't want to be arrested.
Being arrested is not enough to punish you, because even if you get caught, they'll still give you food. Judy wasn't even given food.
I said I won't do it anymore. It was just supposed to be a performance.
You'll be in jail, and you can keep posting Mia's happy-go-lucky plan. Well, you may never have a moment where you feel happy. You may never be happy again. Because my daughter was in a very dangerous situation, what Mila did was found to be quite malicious, and she was sentenced to 5 years in jail and $30,000 in compensation for cheating and defamation. With the help of my lawyer, the divorce was finalized, and I was also able to get sole custody of Judy, so I requested $100,000 for child support. Mila's parents have cut off ties with her because she made Judy go through a terrible experience. So after she gets out of prison, Mila will be responsible for paying the child support alone. As for me, I wanted her to be punished more severely, but it can't be helped. The punishment for hurting Judy. I will make her pay for it no matter how many years it takes. I will not let her get away with it until she pays off. I told the company what happened, and they let me work from home since then. When the company received a false certified letter from Mila, no one believed what was on the letter because I was always bragging about my daughter. From now on, in order to heal the wounded daughter's heart, I would like to spend a lot of time with her.
Tucker, oh my God. What should I do? Please, pick up the phone. Answer it.
You keep bugging me. What's going on?
Oh, thank God you got back to me. I'm in a bad way. I don't see any lights on in the house. Are you out? Didn't you say you were going to the job agency in the morning and you'd be at home in the afternoon?
I'm sorry. Please don't abandon me.
Goodbye. After that, I took Lynn back to my parents' house and we had a discussion. She said she couldn't forgive her father for being mean to me and her friends. Looking at Lynn, who had endured heartbreak and sorrow, I decided to divorce him. Tucker did not immediately agree to the divorce, but when he saw Lynn's strong will, he understood the magnitude of what he had done and agreed to the divorce. After that, Tucker went back to his parents' house and started working part-time in order to get custody of Lynn. It didn't last long. He is living a semi-reclusive life. I sold the house where we used to live as a family. I am living peacefully with my parents and Lynn in my parents' house as a family of 4. Since my house and my parents' house were close to each other, Lynn didn't have to change schools, and she is now studying hard to get into college. I am spending happy days with Lynn's bright smile and happy conversations. Ask Adam about his schedule. It wasn't just you who was crazy. It was the whole family. I understand perfectly. I'm going to cut myself off from all of you. I've been putting up with it for a long time, but I can't take it anymore. Are you mad at me? Why? You're so funny. What are you mad about? Are you mad at yourself for being born uglier than your twin sister? Wow, you're so stoic. I now know that my parents and siblings are crazy. If I don't do something about it, they will keep exploiting me my whole life. For the safety of Adam and myself, I'm going to leave you guys. Oh, you're taking your boyfriend away? You're not going to give him up, even though you're my sister? Our parents won't let you do that. I don't care. I don't need your permission. I don't want to spend the rest of my life being exploited. Don't you ever contact me again. After that, I really cut myself off from my family and moved out. Macy complained to her friends and neighbors. My sister didn't give me her boyfriend. They all pushed her aside, distanced themselves from her, and isolated themselves from her. My family was crazy, but I'm glad to hear that some of my friends were sane. A few years later, I married Adam and had children. When I married Adam and had a child, I received a phone call from my parents. Macy still insisted that I should give up my boyfriend. And once she was married, she planned to quit her job and hang out at home. My parents were crying, saying that they wanted me to come back home and that they wanted to see their grandchildren. I silently hung up the phone and quickly blocked the calls.
Hi there, Rachel. I have a favor to ask you right away. Hello, Yasmin.
My backyard was in terrible shape. We had to re-landscape, and it cost us around $10,000. Later, Yasmin's husband visited me alone with a check. He wanted to apologize for the damage. He said that he would collect the money from Yasmin. Also, Yasmin's mom friends who attended the event are arguing about who should pay how much. But that is a matter between them, so I will just sit on the sidelines. And as for Yasmin, she shows no sign of remorse. Her husband has custody of their child because Yasmin is a bad influence on them. I received angry and abusive texts from Yasmin. I blocked her without replying.
I have a question for you. What is it? Do you feel sorry now? What did you do with my savings? What? What are you talking about? I'm in charge of your savings. By managing, do you mean withdrawing almost all of it? Is it? What are you talking about? I didn't withdraw anything. Oh, really? Then why is the balance in my account $6.21? There should have been over $30,000 when I give it to you. Don't talk nonsense. I have the bank book and the card, so how do you know what the balance is? I got a letter saying I couldn't withdraw the cell phone bill due to insufficient balance. So, I rushed to the bank and found that almost the entire amount had been deducted from my account. And it seems like it took days to withdraw everything because of the maximum amount from the ATM. You withdrew the money, didn't you? You're the only one who can do it. I'm the one in charge. And you check with the bank? That's disgusting. That's a betrayal against me. I'm leaving you now. The alimony is $30,000 from your savings. That's not an answer, okay? I'm asking you what you did with my savings. Answer me. Because I don't know. You don't know? Then you're saying it was wrongfully withdrawn. I see. I will call the police right away. If they check the surveillance camera at the ATM, they should be able to spot the culprit right away. And since this person has been so polite and come to the ATM so many times to make withdrawals, I'm sure they will recognize his face. If they recognize the face, I'm sure they will catch him. But if it's not you, you'll be fine, right? Calling the cops? You're overreacting a bit, you know? I make sure that I will check it. $30,000 is missing. It's not about overreacting. If you don't tell me the truth, I will go to the police now. Okay? That's right. I forgot. I opened a joint account and transferred the money to it. I didn't tell you. Oops. Sorry. I forgot to tell you. How could you forget something so important? Oh well. Then put the $30,000 back in my account and return the bank book and the credit card. I'm breaking up with you. What? What are you talking about? I told you, you should pay me $30,000 if you break up with me. You just said that on your own. I never agreed to it. In this case, since you are the one who is responsible, you should be the one to pay the fee. You withdrew all the money from someone's account without permission and lost my trust. Huh? You're really stupid. You disobeyed me, didn't you? That's the reason we broke up. That's why you're the one paying alimony. If you want, we can go to court. In this case, I'll have to charge you for the court cost on top of that. I'm saying I will forgive you for $30,000 if it's now. That's my kindness. I'm telling you, I'm not as dumb as you say. You're a real pain in the ass. You wanted to be superior, so I just pretend to be a little dumb. What are you trying to be so tough about? You can't beat me, you know? You're the one who's acting tough. You're an idiot, so shut up and obey me. Idiot? Don't you know what I do? What? I'm breaking up with you. I'm a lawyer. Of course, I know your argument won't stand up. Even if it goes to court, I've gathered enough evidence to win. Don't lie to me. You're a company employee, aren't you? Yes, I am. You're lying. You work at a company. Lawyers work for law firms. You don't know anything, do you? Do you think all lawyers work for law firms? I'm an in-house lawyer. In other words, a corporate in-house lawyer. It's easier and more stable than starting your own firm. Well, you're out of the loop. So, it's not surprising that you don't know anything about it. What? You're kidding, right? If that's the case, the salary should be better. The salary is definitely better. I'm making about $80,000 a year now. Then, shouldn't you have more money saved up? You're a lawyer, but you've got $30,000 in savings. That's too little. Did you think my account was only for what I gave you? That account is not a savings account. It's an account for daily living expenses. That's exactly what I used to pay my cell phone bill, rent, and others. Huh? Why do you have $30,000 in that account? It's a hassle to deposit money every time, so I just put a little more in there. That's why you didn't see the transfer of my salary or anything, right? If someone with a bit of knowledge sees it, they should immediately realize it's not a salary account. Well, you probably only look at the balance anyway. You're an idiot. Are you serious? You're the one who suddenly started talking nonsense. Anyway, I decided to give you the bank book and see how it goes. It's possible to withdraw money from the passbook using just the PIN. But any changes to the account require authentication, so it can be misused. Of course, I was thinking of getting married, so I trusted you. But when you asked me to live on $3.5 a day, I was pretty much turned off. I didn't expect you to take out all the money, so I got worried when I got a letter saying they couldn't pay my phone bill. You, why did you tell me for so long? I don't get it. And your attitude is so different. You were more quiet and stupid. Well, I have to act like this to be a lawyer. I wanted you to love me for who I am. That's why I didn't tell you about my job and savings. I thought you genuinely loved me. I even thought it was cute how you wanted to spare yourself so easily. That was how much I loved you and I was happy. But now, it's over. People say that even freckles and dimples can be cute, you know? Now, I can't help but think you're the worst person I've ever met. I'm sorry, but I'm going to tell you the truth. My parents were the guarantors for a friend's debt. And now I'm in debt because that friend ran away. My savings wasn't enough to cover the debt, so I had to use your savings. I can do it right now, but I will pay you back in the future. I'm really sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so pathetic. I'm starting to cry. You just came up with that story? You were the one who went crazy with that stripper, paying her off and making debts, aren't you? Blaming
I'm the one who supports you, and I can't tolerate your attitude. I'll exactly show you what you get is what you deserve. Call me when you're ready to apologize me. Fred! If you don't want me to divorce you, you'd better apologize properly. Later. Hey, Emily. I haven't heard from you at all. Still no remorse? It's about time you need some money, don't you? I called you because I know you're struggling. Hey, Emily. You know, being stubborn won't solve anything. Oh well, I'll give you a little more time. If you're sorry, all you have to say is that you're sorry and apologize to me. You'd better call me if you don't want me to divorce you. Hey, Emily! Why don't you show some remorse? If you don't, I'm really divorcing you. It's just those simple words. Just say that you are sorry. If you can't even say that, you're not worthy of being my wife. Show some remorse if you don't want the divorce. Oh, hi. What the hell is wrong with you? You finally responded. Do you know how long it's been? Let's see, about 3 weeks. You haven't contacted me once so far. I contacted you a week ago out of mercy. Who the A few days after, I received a call from his parents and an apology for the trouble Fred had caused. They had mailed me some cash, which I left it with my parents for now. According to my ex-parents-in-law, Fred admired becoming a dominating husband when he saw his colleague acting such a way to his wife. Of course, his colleague was also divorced by his wife. Anyhow, my marriage with a cocky douchebag only lasted a year. After Fred went back to his parents' place, he found a new job. But again, he was full of himself and cocky to the girls at work, and caused some problems again, and he was fired in the end. His parents finally disowned him, and they don't even know where he is now.
Hey, what are you doing? Make sure you pace yourself, and don't stop at any bars on the way home.
Okay, I understand.
Do you really understand? Tomorrow our families are meeting, right? It's a really important day.
I told you I'll be fine. Wilma, you really are a worrywart.
I worry because of what's happened in the past when your drinking got out of hand. You never know what you might do if you drink too much. You definitely need to be careful tonight.
Okay.
I don't want you to go to the meeting with a hangover.
I know that. I can't text forever.
Really, please be good. So I don't need to tell you. Kelly, the family meeting, you were supposed to be at the restaurant at 11:50. You know we have less than 10 minutes until our reservation. We've already arrived at the restaurant and are waiting to be shown to our table. It's you and I that are getting married. It's meaningless without you.
Yes, I understand. I thought it would get messy and noisy if I called you too soon, so I didn't call you on purpose. Maybe it's time I tell you the truth.
Huh? What do you mean?
I feel bad about canceling at the last minute like this. I'm having a baby, so I'm not going.
What?
I mean, my ex-girlfriend Ruth is pregnant with my child, so I'm canceling.
What? Pregnant? Wait a minute. That's a terrible excuse for being late.
It's not that I'm late. It's that I'm not going. If she's pregnant with my child, then I have to take responsibility as the father, and I should put Ruth first, not you, right? You understand that, don't you?
Isn't it strange that you're asking me to agree with that statement?
But in the world of common sense, it's a no-brainer. Your ex-girlfriend who's pregnant, or your current girlfriend who hasn't even met your parents yet. Which one should be prioritized? If you want, why don't we take a street poll and ask? I'm sure there would be a lot of people who would say that Ruth should be given priority, right?
So I'm just saying, it's absurd to ask me, the fiancé who had a promise to marry you, about this. In the first place, you have no common sense when you have a relationship with another woman while you have a fiancé.
You see? This is the kind of hassle I thought it would be, so I decided to tell you about the pregnancy at the last minute.
Huh? Hey, could it be the reason you said you were going out for drinks and didn't come home is because...
Oh, you figured it out? That's right, Ruth told me she was pregnant, so we were celebrating. Oh, of course, Ruth is pregnant, so she didn't drink any alcohol. It wouldn't be good for the baby. I want the fruit of our love to be born happy and healthy.
I can't believe it. The fruit of your love? You're just trying to run away from your responsibilities.
Anyway, I'm breaking off the engagement. This is a done deal.
Kelly, it's not that simple, is it?
Oh, is that so? You're an adult. You're worried about being thrown out all of a sudden? If you want to get married, I'll introduce you to other guys.
Huh?
You're just going on and on. That's what the problem is.
Would you stop just making stuff up?
Well, I'm sorry, but women after 30 are barely marriageable, and there's not much time left. You're afraid I'm going to leave you, and you're going to be single forever, aren't you? You're not very pretty. You don't know if there's anyone who'll take you, right?
I've had enough of this. You've stepped on me so much. I wouldn't ever think of marrying a man like you.
Oh, well then, I'll just say that our engagement has been called off.
It's not done yet.
Hmm?
I want compensation.
Ah, there you have it. Well, okay, tell me the amount later. I talked to Ruth, and we've decided to get the marriage license by the end of the day. I'm glad you understood without any problems.
Of all people, that Ruth.
That's right, that Ruth, the popular, fun-loving girl. I'm really happy.
That's not what I meant, but whatever. Don't come crying to me later.
Huh? I'm amused that you're still so stubborn. I'm not going to cry. It wasn't my baby.
What? Kelly, a year has passed and now what?
Wilma.
What? You write like you're crying and screaming.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
Huh?
It wasn't mine.
Well, are you saying that the child Ruth gave birth to wasn't actually your child?
That's right. And the second child was different too. Ugh, how is this possible?
Huh? You mean another baby was born after that, but that baby had a different father too?
That's right. I was betrayed by Ruth.
So it did happen.
Huh? What do you mean it did happen? Do you know something?
Ruth, she may look like an authentic sunny beauty, but in reality, she has a side that plays around with men. She's always on the lookout for the right guy. So I thought maybe...
Oh, come on. Why didn't you tell me a year ago?
You know what? Stop writing that way. It's depressing. Just be normal.
Oh, okay.
So why did you text me about that?
Huh?
If you just want to complain, spare me. The only reason I hadn't blocked you yet was because I was just checking up on you after the engagement was called off, just in case something happened. I just happened to forget to block you.
Huh?
So do you just want to complain?
No,
Bullseye? Then I don't want to hear it, so I'll block you. Thanks for giving me just the right opportunity. Okay, bye. I'll never unblock you again. See ya.
Wait a minute. I texted you because I have something very important to tell you.
Something important?
Let's get married.
Huh?
Let's start over again from that day, a year ago, when we went our separate ways. I think we were young, immature, and stupid back then, and that stupidity destroyed our bond. But now Wilma, I reaffirmed my feelings for you, and I was able to overcome the ordeal of being apart for a year. And then I realized, who I really love is you.
Hey?
Yeah, you don't have to say it. You're remembering the happiness of the days we spent together, right? Me too, me too. I've been living in loneliness and regret it ever since that day. Wilma, the days without you were empty. I couldn't forget you. So let's start again from here, just the two of us. After a year of trial and tribulation, we can live happily ever after. Let's make up for the days we were apart.
No thanks.
I'm confident that I can be the right partner of you now. I want to build a future with you. I want to bring back your smile.
Excuse me?
I want to walk with you again. I want to take your hand. I want to stand next to you and pledge my love and happiness. I want to draw a future with you. Come on, accept me.
You're disgusting.
Huh?
Are you on drugs? I don't have the slightest intention of getting back together with you. Can you stop talking about yourself so much? You're giving me goosebumps.
What?
You're wasting my time. Excuse me?
Oh no, Wilma, reply to me. Don't tell me you really blocked me. Wilma. Wilma, why didn't you come out of the apartment?
Huh? Who is this?
Kelly.
You again?
I got a new cell number and a new text account.
I've blocked you.
That's not the point. Why didn't you come out of your apartment?
What are you talking about?
I realized that my failed re-proposal 2 months ago was due to the fact that we didn't meet in person and did it by text. So I decided to make it work this time, to increase the odds of that happening. I spent 2 months preparing for it. The bottom line is, you didn't come out of your apartment, and the neighbors called the police and made a big deal out of it. I know you're shy, but you could have been honest and accepted my love before it turned into a police matter.
So what did you do?
You saw what I did. You know what I did. It was a flash mob proposal.
Huh? What? Flash mob? You mean the kind where a bunch of passerby suddenly start dancing and you surprise them with something at the end?
Yes, that's right. For the past 2 months, I've gone to the trouble of arranging a vendor and getting 50 people for the flash mob. I've practiced a lot to make my re-proposal to you a success. I was going all out to propose to you, using up all the money from my divorce from Ruth. Why didn't you come out of your apartment?
Where did you do that?
In front of the West Side Apartments, of course, where you live.
I moved out a long time ago.
Huh?
What could I do? I didn't want to give up too much personal information. It seems as though it's caused problems for people who aren't involved. So I'll tell you. I'm already married. I don't have any feelings for you.
Huh?
By the way, I'm pregnant with my husband's child. I'm 5 months along.
You're married?
So you really didn't know? I figured you would have found out from mutual friends or something.
Before I knew it, I was pretty much blocked by everyone.
Aha. Well, that would certainly happen. You had a fiancé, cheated on her, and even had a child with your lover. And it was with that Ruth. Yeah, that's how it should be.
Don't be convinced just by that.
Anyway, that's what I've been up to.
Please don't leave me. Before I knew it, even my parents moved somewhere else. My parents' house disappeared and I've lost touch with them. You're all I've got. Hey, you still love me, right? You married your current husband out of compromise, didn't you? Our love isn't over yet. You'd choose me over him, right?
Gross.
What?
You'll have to excuse me. I'm getting annoyed. It's really bad for the baby.
Wilma.
You're grossing me out, so don't talk anymore.
No. This just ends with me being embarrassed. Wilma!
Later on, I probed a friend of mine who still lives in that apartment building. That flash mob fiasco? It was Kelly. I was astonished and laughed out loud. He had done it quite spectacularly. The wreckage of a bouquet of bright red roses, clearly the remains of the Operation Flash Mob proposal fiasco. They were just lying sadly by the side of the road. According to the information that miraculously came to me afterwards, his parents indirectly intervened with Kelly, who quit his job and retreated to his home because of the fiasco, which was so embarrassing. They threw him in a civil engineering company as a live-in worker. They pushed him into a black van that picked him up, crying and sobbing. Well, I honestly don't care as long as he doesn't show himself in front of me for the rest of my life. I have my son safely and I'm doing my best to raise him now. My annoying ex-boyfriend is gone, and I am happy to live with my sweet husband and my beautiful son.
Are Mom and Dad on vacation? Do you know anything about it?
Traveling?
No, I don't really know. They haven't been home since the day before yesterday, and I can't get them on the cell phone.
Did you see what was on the table?
There was a bank book in my name with $5,000 in the account.
There should have been a letter too.
Oh yeah, there was, but...
You didn't read it?
I looked at the first part of the letter, but he said something about the future and how being still unemployed at 35. I was so annoyed. I burned it with a lighter. Really, I hate it when old people are so preachy.
Oh, you got rid of it without reading the whole thing.
Well, I didn't read most of it. I almost didn't read it. When I saw the first sentence, I was so pissed off. I'm scary when I'm pissed off, you know. So, do you know where they went? When are they coming back from their trip? I'm getting tired of eating at restaurants and convenience stores.
You really don't realize the situation you're in, do you?
What?
The letter you burned was about what you have to do from now on.
What's that?
You're a piece of work. Okay, I know what the letter said, so I'll just write the gist of it here. Mom and Dad moved somewhere far away. They're never coming back to that house again.
What? I didn't hear anything.
Of course you didn't. That's the premise.
Why?
When Mom asked you to spend less money on games on the internet and work more, you hit her. When Dad tried to stop you, he got kicked in the solar plexus. I heard that for the past few years, you've been regularly spending $2,000 to $3,000 a month on games.
That's right. You need time and money to run events, don't you? Even you play online games, sis, so you know what I'm talking about.
I pay only $30 a month at the most. And of course, I pay out of my own pocket. And I spend about 1 to 2 hours a day playing games.
What? That's nothing.
You play too much.
Online gaming is a 24-hour-a-day fight. If I were like you, I would get in trouble with the guild members. I'm a guild master, so I have to spend money and play 24 hours a day, right?
And that money comes from our parents' savings and pensions. And because of that, it's hard to make ends meet. And they're in the red every month. Their savings just keeps getting smaller. He said if they didn't do something about it, they were all gonna end up in the street someday.
Dad has his retirement money, doesn't he? He's just being stingy.
It's not infinite. It's not your money to spend in the first place.
I don't care about that. Just tell me where they moved to. If they're not gonna come back to this house, I'll just move in with them.
What?
That's what was in the letter I burned, right? I didn't see it, so tell me.
You dunce? You still don't get it? Mom and Dad, they've chosen to cut all ties with you. Them not coming back means they never want to see your face again.
What? How is that even possible for a parent?
They were determined to make you be on your own, no matter what.
What?
About the future. The lease expires the month after next, so you have to find a suitable apartment and move out as soon as possible. Also, from next month, your cell phone bill will be deducted from the bank account they left behind.
Hey, this is all a bit confusing, isn't it? Can you please tell me what's going on so I can understand?
He said, with the $5,000 they left behind, you should first find a job and a place to live and establish a basis for your own life. They said that this is the last money they will ever give you. That's what was written in the letter.
There's no way that any of that money's left. It was such a small amount.
What?
I thought they gave me money to apologize for asking me to cut back on my online game spending. I immediately withdrew the money and spent most of it. If you'd seen me in my daily life, you'd know that $5,000 isn't enough. Mom and Dad have a seriously weird sense of money, don't they?
You know what?
I've got it. I'll just live with you, sis.
Huh?
I'm packing up my stuff and heading over there. Set aside plenty of space for me.
You're so naive.
Huh?
I've already moved out too. I changed jobs as well.
Huh?
I kept my cell phone as the only way to contact you. As was written in the letter, I will cut off all communication with you as soon as you say or do anything that's inappropriate.
I told you I didn't read that letter.
It's your fault for throwing it away without reading it. It has nothing to do with us. I'd rather you thank me for telling you the contents of the letter up to now.
Wait a minute.
You don't even have money to move, do you? You better hurry up and get your ass to an employment agency. You can make a living if you work a day job or whatever. You're only 35. You could do manual labor.
If I do that, I'll have less time to play online games.
Even after all that's been said, I'm rejecting all calls after this, and tomorrow I'm changing my cell phone carrier. You won't be able to contact me anymore.
Oh my god, that's terrible, sis.
Goodbye, Christian. Realize that you're the one who's financially insane. From now on, live modestly and honestly.
up in the first place, because there's no jealousy itself. That's a lie! I told you, I'm doing it for you! That's why it's none of your business. I'm telling you, you've got to get a grip on reality. I told this affair to Leah's husband. No way! Your husband used to be in the same club in high school, so I had his contact information. No way! Stop it! It won't be too difficult to report to Mr. Sean's wife if we go through my parents' house. I feel bad about inconveniencing my parents, but given the situation, it can be helped. Don't do it! Of course, but I will contact your parents too. Don't do that! Hey, why don't you understand? I really love... What are you gonna do with me after finishing that sentence? Goodbye. I will block you. What? No way! Joe? When Leah's affair was revealed, she got divorced immediately, and her husband got custody of the child. The fact that she usually left the child care to her husband was the deciding factor in custody. Both the husband and Mr. Sean's wife filed for alimony. At first, it seems that Mr. Sean intended to continue his relationship with Leah after the divorce. However, when he found out the reason why Leah had a relationship with him, he told her that he was leaving her. Her parents also disowned her at the end. After borrowing money to pay alimony and child support in one lump sum, one day, she just disappeared. While I do feel a bit sorry for intense delusional personality that led to losing everything, her place and family, I am honestly relieved to see that now, at last, peace has returned to my life.
After that, Riley is doing her best to live by herself. One time, she decided to invite her friends over. She thought she could have a party. Her friends show up and said, "What is this place? Do you live in all this garbage?" She was so embarrassed. Since then, her friends do not really talk to her at school either. And that's when she started coming to me. She asks questions about tips on housework from time to time and sends me thank you notes. We still don't have a mother-daughter relationship, but I hope that we can gradually get to know each other.
Thank you for watching. Please rate the video and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.